Hello, this is James Smith at GANanalysis.net. Here's my email in case you want to communicate, or the website if you want to register. You get a couple of free reports if you register. And if you have questions, I'm always here. Ask me questions. I prefer to get emails at this email address. So, James Smith at GANanalysis.net if you have any questions about what I'm covering. Today we're looking at the Dow Jones Transportation Index, and we've anchored from this high over here in November of 2021. And the red line is the one by one line drawn down from high, and the green line here would be a 2 by 1. This would be a 1 by 2. This would be a 3 by 1 and a 4 by 1. And where you see the square out, what is a square out? That means that from the high, the line crosses the level of a prior swing low. Well, what would that low be? Well, in fact, in this case, it's right here, March of 2020. So at that point in time where the GAN line crosses the level of the prior swing low, that's called a square out. And you get a change in trend when that happens. In this case, it gave you a low. In this case, it was a few weeks off of a high, so it wasn't perfect. Nothing's perfect, right? So with GAN, you get people who complain when you get things wrong. I'm just showing you what the GAN charts suggest. It's not going to work every time. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it works more often than not. So that's the reason we use it. This next one here, square out from the the 2 by 1, the green line down from high, crosses the level of this prior swing low. That is a square out, and it just so happens that same week in July you got this huge move down on the candlesticks, the red bar, and you can see here we're into August now, and we tried to rally but we couldn't. I think we're going down. And I think that because of the square out, which has worked in the past, but also because of the 104 weeks, that would be a 2-year cycle. 72 weeks is an important count for GAN. 144. These are 144 weeks is a big cycle. You have to keep that in mind. This is not a small cycle. So 144, 72, 104, 30-week cycle, 90-week cycle. These are all big, important cycles. They're clustered here in this time frame, July. Oftentimes you get a space of time, distribution at the top, because traders don't know which way to take the market. In this case, the transports also found resistance at a 1 by 2 line. So time and price, when they come together, you get a change in trend. And that's why transports are going down. And it's my thinking they're going to continue down. But don't take my word for it. Do your own analysis. But I'm saying, based on what the Gantt chart's saying here, the odds are better that it's going to go down, not up. Now, what would happen if I'm wrong? Well, you would know very quickly because you're down here. Suddenly you close back above this 1 by 2 line. Well, maybe maybe that's it. You start back up again. So I'm not saying that this is bulletproof. I'm not saying that you're going to be 100% correct every time you do this analysis. I'm talking, if a trader is accurate 60, 70% of the time, he's going to make money. If an economist is accurate 20% of the time, he will get his mug on CNBC and he'll be considered accurate. But, we're held to a different standard as chartists. Economists and fundamental analysts do not have to be right. They just have to cozy up to CNBC and get their picture on CNBC and have people say, oh my gosh, we'll just forget about his call from the last time around where he's got a new call. And of course, he's going to be bullish on tech stocks. So what I'm saying is that transports are likely to go down. Not sure if you would bet on it right now, but if you see it in a waterfall decline, just know that it may have implications for the overall stock market. If you're into Dow Theory, you know that the transports often diverge from the Dow. If they start selling off, the Dow may follow. So Dow Theory is pretty old. It's been around forever. But hey, like classic chart patterns, they're useful. Head and shoulders, triangles, and now we have GAN with the square out. It's all good stuff. Don't listen to anyone who says you can only do GAN. You can do Elliott wave, you can do Fibonacci, you can do GAN, moving averages, and preferably you do all of them. So, the more the merrier. I'm just saying this looks good from a GAN perspective. Get ready for some ugliness. In fact, while I look at this might be considered a left shoulder. This might be a head. This might be the right shoulder. And if you draw the trend line here, maybe you take out that 50% mark at 12,363, that it would indicate a waterfall decline for transports. Here's a question for you. If the transports are going to crash, what do you suppose is going to happen to the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ? I'm not saying it's a guaranteed thing. I'm just saying if this analysis proves true, what do you think is going to happen to the overall stock market?